Good morning! For today's lesson, we will discuss subtraction of fraction. Our lesson have two parts. And the first lesson is subtraction of similar fractions and mixed fraction. Let's define first what is similar fractions. Similar fraction where the both given fraction have similar denominator. Example, 4 over 2 and 1 over 2. Next, what is mixed fraction? Mixed fraction when whole number and fraction combined into one. For example, 2 and 1/2 and 6, 2 over 4. 2 is the whole number and 1/2 is the fraction. Let's proceed to subtraction of similar fraction and mixed number. Let's subtract the example, 14 over 21 minus 8 over 21. Since the denominator of both denominator is similar, just copy it. Then, subtract the numerator. 14 minus 8 equals 6. The answer is 6 over 21 or 2 over 7. 2 over 7 is the lowest term of 6 over 21. We will discuss on our next video how to get the lowest term. Here the other example of subtraction of similar fraction with whole number. Let's subtract 6 and 3/4 minus 2 and 1/4. Copy first the similar denominator which is 4. Then subtract the whole number. 6 minus 2 equals 4. Then subtract the numerator which is 3 minus 1 equals 2. The answer of 6 and 3/4 minus 2 and 1/4 is 4 and 2/4. Let's remember this. When subtracting similar fraction, simply copy first the common denominator. Then, subtract the numerator, next the whole number. The second part of our lesson is subtraction of dissimilar fractions and mixed number without regrouping. Let's define first what is dissimilar fraction. Dissimilar fraction when the denominator of given fraction is different to each other. Let's subtract the 4 and 4 over 7 and 1 and 1/3. Set aside the whole number first. Let's find the LCD or the least common denominator of the given fraction. 4 over 7. 7 is the denominator. In 1/3, 3 is the denominator. The common factors of 7 is 7, 14, 21, 28, and so on. While the common factor of 3 is 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, and so on. The least common denominator or LCD of 7 and 3 is 21. For the second step, let's convert now the similar fraction to become a similar fraction. Let's divide the LCD to original denominator. The original denominator of fraction is 7 and 3. 21 divided by 7 equals 3. Then, multiply it to numerator, which is 3 times 4 equals 12. Let's take a look for the simple illustration. 21 divided by 7 equals 3 and 3 times 4. 3 times 4 equals 12. Therefore, 4 over 7 become 12 over 21. Let's repeat again the step on 1/3. 21 is the LCD. 21 divided by 3 equals 7. 7 times 1 equals 7. Therefore, 1/3 becomes 7 over 21. Since our fractions are similar, we can now subtract it. 4 and 12 over 21 minus 1 and 7 over 21. Copy first the denominator, which is 21. Then subtract the whole number. 4 minus 1 equals 3. Next, the numerator, 12 minus 7 equals 5. The answer is 3 and 5 over 21. What if the minuend fraction is smaller than the subtrahend fractions? Let's see the example. 2 and 1/3 and 1 and 2/5. Step 1, let's find the LCD of the denominator. The denominator is 5 and 3. The common factor of 3 is 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, and so on. While 5 is 5, 10, 15, and 25. The least common denominator of 3 and 5 is 15. Let's follow the next step. 15 divided by 3 equals 5. Then 5 times 1 equals 5. So 2 and 1/3 becomes 2 and 5 over 15. Next, 1 and 2/5. 15 divided by 5 equals 3 and 3 times 2 equals 6. Therefore, 1 and 2/5 become 1 and 6 over 15. We cannot proceed to subtraction because the minuend is smaller than the subtrahend fractions. Here's the steps to follow. Let's borrow one whole number from the whole number and convert into fractions, then add to given fractions. Let's do this in 2 and 5 over 15. Let's borrow one whole number from 2 because 2 is the whole number. 2 become now the one whole number that we borrow from 2. We will convert it to fractions. Since our denominator is 15, the one whole number becomes 15 over 15. Remember, when the numerator and the denominator is equal or similar, it is equal to one whole number. Then, let's add 15 over 15 to given factors, which is 1 and 5 over 15. So 1 over 15 plus 15 over 15 equals 1 and 20 over 15. Did you notice the whole number 2 become 1 because we borrow it to add in given fractions? We can now subtract the two given fractions. Here the simple illustration. 2 and 5 over 15 become 1 and 5 over 15. Then, we add the one whole number that we borrow from the whole number, which is 5 over 15, then equals to 120 over 15. The whole number 2 become 1. The one whole number is equal to 15 over 15, since 15 is the denominator. 2 and 1/3 become 1 and 20 over 15, and 1 and 2/5 become 1 and 6 over 15. Let's subtract first the whole number. So 1 minus 1 equals 0, then the numerator. 20 minus 6 equals 14. Then copy the common denominator. The answer is 14 over 15. Let's remember this in subtracting dissimilar fractions. Convert dissimilar fraction into similar fraction. Here the step. Find first the LCD or the least common denominator by using common multiples of given fractions. Then, divide the LCD to original denominator. Next, multiply the answer to original numerator to get the new numerator. Then, proceed to subtraction. If you notice that the minuend fraction is smaller than subtrahend fractions, follow these steps. 1. Borrow one whole number to whole number in the mixed fractions. Then, convert the one whole number into fractions. Then, add it to given fractions. Lastly, you can now subtract the similar fractions. Our lesson for this day is already done. I hope that you learned something more. Please look forward for our next lesson. In our next lesson, we will discuss about how to find the simplest form of mixed fractions and how to find lowest term of improper fractions to mixed fractions. Bye!